Hey guys, JCV here. I would like to discuss with you on my experience with Bubsy 4D. We start off with Bubsy hanging out with his nephew and niece until Virgil comes in and lets us know that not only the woolies are back, but the sheeps are back too on stealing the golden fleece, as it's our job to take it back. With it being the same developers that created Demon Tides, we can already feel their magic from the opening for future events to come. Next, we take our spaceship up in space as we have a mini spot to talk with the other characters before Virgil will tell us to check out the VR sim for the tutorial. It plays just like Demon Tides, as it does a good job to teach us the different inputs and how we can use them together to reach further places. The shadow pop-out feels better when landing in comparison, along with Bubsy being able to gain extra speed, which reminded me of how I used to play the original Bubsy game, like if it was Sonic the Hedgehog. A new move was added to the Bubsy moveset, which allowed him to turn into a hairball that will make us roll and bounce at high speeds. It's similar to Super Monkey Ball without the frustration, as we would most likely be using this when rolling through linear pipes that doesn't engage into many twists and turns, as it's more of a statement of how fast we can go. After finishing up the tutorial, Oblivia fixes the ship's map and we get more details for the main story. The sheeps now call themselves the Babots, and they are looking to collect every golden fleece in the universe in order to remove every single organic being. This may come from being captured by the Woolies beforehand and manage to flip it in their favor, as the Woolies now serve them to stop us from reaching their goal. Also, just like in Demon Tides, the writing brings back modern internet slang that will connect for the general audience in these times. We can now stop their plans by traveling to the different planets and getting back the golden fleeces. This turns into the primary goal in each level, which abandons the collectathon formula. This is great as we can reach from point A to B for progression with the story. However, I still try to collect everything along the way to experience how deep the exploration can go with collecting the yarn balls and the blueprint, which is used to get upgrades and abilities. These were done great as there was always one Bubsy joke attached to them to bring that charm back that everyone enjoys. Just like with Demon Tides, we can purchase our abilities by talking with the kids back on the ship. However, the difference is the amount we can collect, as it is lower in comparison, which provides less options we can use during the level. One of the upgrades I did enjoy seeing its return would be the mechanic that points us in the right direction to find the remaining yarn balls in the level. By collecting more of these, we can use them to buy skins, which will allow us to take a dive into the past and get our hands on a Bubsy 3D skin. In addition, with Bubsy 3D, I felt it was the main inspiration towards the level design. It was done great as the atmosphere feels spacious that focused mainly around one theme on each planet. This was accompanied by a distinct color, which made it easier to identify upcoming sections that we will come across. One thing they left out though would be the swimming sections in Bubsy 3D, which I wish they did try to attempt to expand on what Bubsy can do even further. Nearby the end of these planet sections, there would be a boss fight with one of the Barbots leaders. Each of these do a good job to express their personalities on where we have to fight them and take advantage of the surroundings to dodge their attacks until we can find a weak spot to strike them down. It even gave me a sense of nostalgia from one of these boss fights that was also done in the Crash Bandicoot series, from being able to circle around them on a thin ledge while the boss is always positioned at the center of the screen. Once we have finished going through a planet, there will be new VR sections opened up that will allow us to run through the previous obstacles we have seen. It can also be a place to experiment the new abilities we have recently brought, as we may learn something new that we could use on the next level. Lastly, I completed this game in around 5 hours as I wanted to enjoy every single moment of it due to my past experiences with Demon Tides. Even though it was short in comparison, I still had a blast with it, reaching the end of each stage and the moments in between of talking with the others. Even though most of them can be quite harsh to Bubsy due to the crippling effects of Bubsy 3D, it gets better in the end for the respect he does deserve. Overall, Bubsy 4D is the best Bubsy game in the franchise that needed a new fresh coat of paint, and it looks very optimistic in the future for this Bobcat to be the #1 mascot. If any of you guys have any experiences with this game, feel free to share in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful day.